Welcome back to Cycling Unboxed, and today I have a very cool one for you. This is the first one that I'm ever seeing in person. This is the brand new Canyon Endurace, one that looks like a Canyon Aero, super aero, but supposed to be very comfortable as well, with big tyre clearance. So today we are going to unbox the bike. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. It should be fairly simple as it normally is from Canyon, and we'll have a quick walk around with it, we'll weigh it in, and I'll show you what comes with the bike as well. So to be honest, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's get this thing opened up. I do love this tiny little thing from Canyon. Enjoy the ride, makes you more excited to open up your bike. So with Canyon, the way that they pack it is always really nice. You quite literally have to put the front wheel on and the front handlebars on, which I'm going to show you how to do now if you haven't done it before. Mini cardboards. Let's get these bars on. If you don't know how Canyon work, they already come pre-bled. So, I mean, you're literally just ready to slot these bars in there. And then you've got two bolts that sit underneath, and where they live is inside your getting started pack, which lives here. And you've got your 4 bolts down there. Now, it does come with a torque wrench and a bunch of different Torx bits, but I've got a more normal torque wrench that I'm going to use. I am going to use a tiny bit of thread lock on these bolts just to make sure they stay in place. Now, I've only had one person that said it creaks, but they ran it on the 440 width. This is a smaller bike for a smaller person, and we're going to be going straight to the narrowest width. And I've never heard of any creaking when people run at the narrowest setting on these handlebars. I am going to have to cut back a little bit of bar tape here because you can see only the 440 width is exposed. Pretty easy job to do, but if you are going for the narrowest setting, you are going to have to figure out how to wrap the end of the bar tape yourself. Tons of videos online, really easy job. Another thing Canyon are very good at are making sure that they have labelled exactly the Newton meters that every part requires. You can see here these are 6 Newton meters. So I'm unboxing this bike currently at the moment on, well, what is about to be the hottest week the UK has ever had in history, and just doing this, I'm sweating so much. Some of you might be wondering where the seat post clamp is, and that lives in this box again, in your getting started box, and it lives inside this bag. Just have a good rummage around and you will find it in there. You want to get your seat post height right, so as you can see on Canyon here, they have a nice measuring scale. These are pretty damn good from bike to bike I've found in the past, so if you're a 5 on one, you're probably going to be a 5 on the other, but I would measure it properly, just in case. Once you've found your saddle height, Canyon do provide some assembly grip paste for the seat post, and it's just nice that they do. So I'm going to take this out, rub this on, and then put the post back in. And I'm going to go to the same height where I had it measured. Canyon are kind enough to provide a little tiny rubber flap that just goes down and sits on top there. So one thing we've noticed as this bike has come, the rear derailleur is working okay, but as I press the front, it's not quite hooked up yet. So I'm going to open the eTube app and see what needs to be done. Okay, the front derailleur there is not working because, well, the battery, it just needs a charge. You can see the light is red there. So I'm going to get this guy charged up. Whilst that's happening, we've got to get some bottle cage mounts on and the front mount on as well. So let's do that. And pedals, don't forget the pedals. Get rid of you, get rid of you, and you, and you. And classic stuff, this bike does come with a dork disc, but I've bought my tools to remove that as well. Goodbye. The bike has come with a tyre lever there that comes, well, as both like a 6mm Allen key head for well, releasing the through axles, and a T25 if you need to make any changes and stuff on your bike, because most of the components on the Canyon here are a T25. That did come in the black bag here, that comes with everything else. You can see in this white paper bag, that's your Di2 charger in there as well. Next thing, this one does come with a left-hand sided power meter, not on the right, but it's okay. Like, I mean, most people are pretty much 50-50 on their pedaling, unless, and you'll probably know if you're not. So yeah, left-handed side will just kind of double the power that it's detecting on there. To wake up the power meter, I did have to take this little cover off and on, and that just wakes the power meter up for you, and then it's ready to go. But it has come with a battery in it already. So I'm going to weigh this thing in now as it is currently set up without pedals, because everyone's pedals weigh slightly different. But we do have the front mount on, we do have bottle cages on, so it's pretty damn close to a riding weight. Final thing to say, this is a 2XS. Many of you might have noticed that the bike is too small for me. I'm unboxing this one for a friend and getting it set up for them. 8.02 kilos without pedals there. There are some very, very easy weight gains to be made on this bike. For example, TPU inner tubes, there's 200 grams right there, or tubeless, nearly about the same amount of weight. Definitely get a lighter saddle on there, but as a whole, still plenty light enough for a endurance bike that has things like mudguard mounts and things like that, which I'm gonna get into in a minute. Other upgrades you could make is, well, you could go for a smaller rotor on the back. So they're set up 160 on here. So, I mean, you can save a couple of grams if you really want it to be a weight weenie, but also the wheels, DT Swiss, robust, really good wheels, but definitely can get wider and definitely can get lighter nowadays. So there's a big weight saving there if you want to get lighter wheels. Okay, let's get in close to this thing because, well, it's a really cool looking bike. I mean, it's like a slightly chunky Canyon Aero, designed more for endurance. So the changes that they've made compared to the Canyon Aero. When we look at the geometry, the stack at the front will be higher compared to the Aero, and it will also be a shorter top tube than the bike, giving you a more comfort all-day riding position, more like the old one. First of all, I'm actually going to go to the down tube because they've got a wider down tube, which you kind of can see from this angle here. You can see just how much wider it gets, just to protect that bottle area. Not only that, on the down tube you'll be able to find this tiny little lever that sits on here that lifts up, and you've got spare storage and space to store things on the inside here, which is fantastic. You no longer have to run a saddlebag, you can stick it all in here. And I've got to say, first time using it, but that lever, once it's on, that feels pretty damn on. It doesn't feel like the bottle cage is resting on a cover there. Next up, unbelievably good feature for UK winters. We've got mudguard mounts on the front there. These will be Canyon's own proprietary ones. But then you've got your next mount on the front there. And then finally, you've got two more sitting underneath the seat stays here. Next fantastic feature that I think is on this bike, to maintain the aero depth of the seat post, they have this rubber cover, but actually most of the seat post, well, it's skinny, look at that. It's just this rear section, so that's going to allow lots and lots of flex for the comfort in this frame. Next up is the tyres. These tyres come stocked as 32mm as standard, which is the kind of width that you really want in the UK nowadays, to be honest. Like, we need these wider, chunkier tyres in England. And it does have space down there for 35mm of tyre clearance, so you definitely could go bigger on the back for sure. And the same story goes for the front. That's a 32mm tyre, and you can see you've got tons of clearance for a wider tyre there. So you could definitely argue that this bike is set up for some light gravel as well. My friend here's got it in the classic white. Loads of people do have white Canyons, but it is the best colour that it comes in. For the Canyon, I just think it looks so damn clean, to be honest. And many other people do as well, which is why people keep buying the white ones and they keep selling out because they look fantastic. Next up is the space down here. Now, I think this space is going to allow a lot more flex because the seat stays here are also a lot lower, and generally this lets this area of the bike flex a bit more, adding in more compliance. But they've managed to keep a lot of depth where possible to keep the bike as aerodynamic as possible and trying to make it almost as aero as a Canyon Aero. Next great feature is the UDH, Universal Rear Derailleur Hanger. Now, it doesn't really matter for Shimano, but if you're running SRAM and you want to run big cassettes and stuff and you want the SRAM Eagle group sets or the gravel group sets, well, that's going to be a great feature if you want to go for that in the future. And to be honest, I don't know why every bike doesn't run UDH nowadays if they have the option to do it. So I mean, if I wasn't filming, it would probably take 45 minutes to build this whole bike up. I was being like very careful and stuff, it's not my bike. But as a whole, it's basically front wheel in, bars in, put your cages on, put your pedals on, stuff like that, and it's a quick and easy job, to be honest. Everything's come set up, the brakes have come bled, ready to go, which makes it super easy from Canyon. So if you have the option, I reckon you can just do it from home, even if your mechanic skills aren't quite as advanced as you would like them to be. Definitely worth trying, I think. Generally speaking, if the bikes are in stock, usually it takes about a week to come from Canyon, or if they have a date on there, they're pretty damn close to the date. This one took a month to come because it was kind of like a pre-order situation, so it was ordered on the 17th and came on the 22nd, which is today. Anyway guys, I think this is going to be one of Canyon's biggest selling bikes, something that looks like an aero but is as comfortable as an Endurace, and well, I think they might have hit the sweet spot here on this one. Anyway, if you have any specific questions, things that you think I've missed, stuff like that, you can always put them in the comments down below, or you can find me over here on Instagram and follow my daily shenanigans there, or ask me privately on stuff there too. But other than that, I've been Jason, this has been Cycling Unboxed. I'll see you in another video.